Alright, welcome to our Letharian natal chart analysis. Okay. Oop. So we map not a life, but the universe's conversation with itself. Here's phase 0, the preparation of the map. We commission the natal chart. And how do we do this? Well, first, we calculate the exact celestial snapshot with the birth date, time to the second, and precise geographic coordinates. Latitude, longitude, elevation, not New York City, but 40 degrees, and you're adding in to these precise coordinates, but this is only if you want to. So use the stellium codex to generate not a 2D wheel, but a 4D resonant field model. That's the process. And what we do is use our output of a holographic sphere with 3 primary layers. Layer 1 being the geocentric, the standard planetary positions. Layer 2 being topocentric, the planet's positions as measured from the exact birthplace, accounting for atmospheric refraction and local geomagnetic anomalies that can shift house cusps by critical minutes. Layer 3, heliocentric, the solar system as seen from the sun at that moment, projected onto the sphere. We calculate the karmic retrograde index, KRI. For each retrograde planet, calculate its arc of retreat, the degrees it will travel backward before stationing direct. Sum these arcs. Its number, for example, 142 degrees, is a measure of the soul's inherited momentum of introversion on a lifetime scale. And we run the prenatal eclipse scan by identifying the solar and lunar eclipses preceding birth, usually 1 to 2 of each. And these are not just points, they're celestial flashbulbs that imprint the collective unconscious themes active during gestation. Their signs, houses become thematic preludes. Alright, now that we got through phase 0, we need to understand phase 1, which is reading the sky syntax, the planets and signs. Step A, the tripartite soul analysis. We ignore the sun, moon, ascendant as separate, and we see them as a single consciousness trinity. Because they do go together to make you who you are. Alright. So what the sun is the essential verb, not who you are, but what you do to become it. Sign is the quality of action required for your consciousness to actualize. Sun in Virgo doesn't be analytical, it performs the act of purification. The moon, resonant chamber, not your emotions, but how you receive and digest experiences. Sign is the filter through which reality is metabolized into the subjective. A moon in Scorpio doesn't feel intensely, transforms all input through a cauldron of emotional alchemy. Ascendant/rising, interface algorithm, not your mask, but the first response protocol of your incarnated system. It's the default setting for engaging the sensory world. Aries ascendant doesn't appear assertive, its system defaults to immediate perceptual confrontation. Okay? So the Trinity synthesis, create a single sentence, is consciousness, sun's action by processing reality through moon's filter, using an interface that defaults to ascendant's protocol. For example, this consciousness creates beauty and harmony, Libra sun, by processing reality through a filter of mythic depth and emotional intensity. Scorpio moon, using an interface that defaults to pragmatic service-oriented engagement, Virgo ascendant. Okay? Step B, planetary condition, beyond dignity and detriment. We use the planetary ecosystem model. Zodiacal condition, the planet's climate, domicile, rulership. The planet is in its native ecosystem. It operates with instinctual fluency and abundant resources. Its energy is pervasive, often unconscious. Exile, detriment. The planet is in the opposite ecosystem. It operates as a specialist in a foreign land. Its energy is acutely conscious, forced into innovation, often brilliant but strained. Exaltation. The planet is in an ecosystem that celebrates its highest function. It is the guest of honor. Its energy is magnified, inspirational, but can become performative. Fall. The planet is in an ecosystem that misunderstands its core function. It's a misplaced artist. Its energy is profound but awkward, seeking unconventional expression. Aspectual environment, the planet's society. The planet's nature is radically altered by its closest aspects more than by its sign. Saturn in Leo aspected closely by Uranus becomes the disciplined reformer of creative expression. Saturn in Leo aspected closely by Neptune becomes the visionary architect, dissolving old structures of pride. Step C, the occupied-unoccupied dynamic. Occupied house containing planets is a stage with active players. The drama is obvious, externalized. An unoccupied house is a silent resonant chamber. Its affairs are managed by the house's ruling planet that rules a sign on its cusp. This creates a subplot, often more fateful because it operates unseen. For example, 7th house, relationships empty, ruled by Venus in the 12th house. Relationships will be profoundly shaped by hidden alliances, karmic bonds, or unspoken sacrifices, Venus in the 12th, not by obvious social dealings. So our second phase, deciphering the conversation, aspects and geometry. So our step A for this is the aspect geometry dialectic. We forget good versus bad aspects. All aspects are forms of discourse. Conjunction at 0 degrees. It's a monologue. Two principles fused into a single complex voice can be genius or obsessive. Opposition is what? 180 degrees. Dialogue. Two principles in conscious tension requiring integration. Soul's primary learning axis. Square, 90 degrees. Argument, two principles in friction demanding action and resolution. Engine of development. Trine, 120 degrees. Conspiracy, two principles in effortless flow often taken for granted. Can be talent or laziness. Sextile, 60 degrees. Collaboration, two principles offering mutual support, requiring choice to activate. Orbs are semantic, not geometric. 10 degrees orb for Sun-Moon conjunction is meaningful, two core lights blending. 10 degrees orb for Mercury-Chiron sextile is noise. Use dynamic orbs, 1 degrees per planetary weight. Sun-Moon equals 10, personal planets equals 7, social planets equal 5, generational equals 3. Alright, step B, we identify the grand configuration. We look for the tightest, most multi-planet pattern. This is the core psychic circuit. Okay? So a T-square, not a problem, but a triangulated engine. Planet at the apex, the point opposite the empty leg, is the output. Sign house shows where the soul's tension is productively focused. Grand trine, not luck, but a closed resonance loop. Energy circulates effortlessly but can stagnate. The key is the house position of each planet. This shows where the soul avoids growth due to comfort. Mystic rectangle, two oppositions connected by sextiles and trines. This is a self-regulating system. Oppositions provide tension, drive. The soft aspects provide escape valves and resources. Highly stable dynamic structure. Alright, step C, the declination, shadow self. Okay. We calculate parallels and contraparallels of declination. These create powerful connections outside the zodiac, forming the hidden council of the psyche. For example, a Mars parallel Pluto outside any zodiacal aspect indicates a latent, ruthless willpower that operates instinctively, not consciously. Phase 3, synthesis. The Letharian life theme. We identify the chart ruler, the ruler of the ascendant. This planet's condition and placement is the CEO of the incarnation. Find the focal determinant, the planet that is most heavily aspected, especially by hard aspects, in its own sign or exaltation, the final dispositor in a chain of rulerships. This planet is a central theme. Construct the narrative. For example, protagonist, Sun, Moon, Ascendant Trinity, primary motivation, drive, condition in House of Mars, action and Saturn, structure, primary gift resource, condition, and House of Jupiter, expansion, and Venus, values, primary challenge, teacher, condition, and House of Saturn, limits, Pluto, transformation. Primary innovation, genius, we have the condition in House of Uranus and Mercury. Soul's evolutionary axes, nodal axes, Rahu and Ketu. We know that Ketu are inherited skills, often overused, and Rahu is the unfamiliar territory requiring development. The houses are more critical than the signs. And then we write the Letharian synopsis, a single dense paragraph. For example, a consciousness, Libra Sun, tasked with mastering the art of relational justice, processing reality through a cauldron of emotional alchemy, Scorpio Moon, with a default interface of meticulous service, Virgo Ascendant, This incarnation is managed by a Mercury and Libra chart ruler residing in the 12th house, indicating a life where communication and intellect are devoted to synthesizing hidden or collective wisdom. 12th determinant is Pluto in the 10th house, square Saturn in the 1st, establishing a lifelong theme of wrestling with transformative power. Pluto in the public sphere, 10th, against profound personal constraints, self-definition crises, Saturn in the 1st house. Soul's evolutionary aim, Rahu in the 5th house, is to move from karmic debt analysis, Ketu in the 11th house, towards courageous, creative self-expression. Okay? Here is the Institute's final admonition. You have not finished reading a chart when you have described it. You have finished reading a chart when the person it describes would hear your analysis and feel not explained but liberated when the map you provide gives them not a cage of traits, but a key to the unique cosmic conversation they were born to continue. Thus, the true product of Letharian analysis is not a report but a resonant key, a symbolic tool that allows the individual to consciously participate in the celestial dialogue that is their own becoming. Thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one teaching you more advanced astrology.